Hey, this is Notser, and 0.6.4 has been released on North America, not on other regions because I don't love those other regions as much as they love North America. I don't know why North America always gets it, but, you know, there could be a major bug that we get screwed over. It's happened before. But 0.6.4, what is it introducing? The French cruiser line is coming. And I will be streaming this and I'll be playing through it. I don't care how good or bad they are, I still have to make the content on it. You are still interested in seeing it. Now, are they going to be good enough to compete? We shall see. There are a couple changes that are coming that didn't exist before the work in progress stuff was going on. Better rate of fire for the Henry. The speed boost is even better. Now, all that stuff is, of course, important to the power level of the ships. I just don't know how relevant that's actually going to be. You know, for the Henry, it's not enough armor to stop the AP shells of battleships, and not even enough armor to stop 203. Easily penetrating the side of the ship. It's just a very low armored ship. So, you know, and it's really agile. The French cruisers, more so than most, are really agile. It's going to be hard to even hit them consistently at range. You're probably just hoping it'll do something. So, I'm just going to play them. We'll see how it goes. If they're bad, they're bad. You know, it's not going to hurt me. I'm not the one who makes the game. I just report on it. The interface is changing. The username will be displayed much longer. And that will be nicer for people who want to look past the clan tags. People are like, what's WGCC? It's Notser. Oh, and they're also adding in a range. The range for Cyclone will decrease gradually instead of in chunks. And I believe that the exact spotting range will be displayed under the icon. So that's going to be nice. Everyone will know exactly what they can see up to in the moment. Borderless window and all that stuff's coming in. I don't know how well it's going to work out. In World of Tanks, when they introduced that, it sort of wasn't a really good way to do it because it would still show your bottom bar and your taskbar and all that stuff, and it's really, nobody else does it like that, and I think that's exactly what they did here, and I think that's really weird, but they're adding it in the game. I thought there was one in the game before, I guess they're adding another one. Ship balance, Grozovoy is getting improved concealment, New Orleans improved concealment, Mogami faster turret traverse, and basically most of the mainline Japanese destroyers are getting faster turret traverse. Don't really know what that means. Doesn't really affect it at all. Their guns are still pretty crappy. The Hipper, Hindenburg, why do they put it in this order? The Hipper, the Prince Eugen, the Rhone, and the Hindenburg are all getting improved thickness of their bow and stern armor from 25 to 27. What's the significance? 155mm HE shells will not have the ability to penetrate their bow and stern and do HE damage. They will shatter on the bow and the stern if they don't have inertia fuse. Now here's the big if. What ship that has 155mm or 152 doesn't have inertia fuse high explosive? It's such a globally accepted threshold. It's extremely important. There are multiple ships that have 25 and 27mm of bow and stern armor, and this helps you go over that threshold. Easily go over that threshold. So if there are any left that don't have inertia fuse, I guess that's a big deal, but yeah, that's just the way it works, right? 27 is what the American cruisers have, so they were already sort of able to compensate. And this is supposed to guarantee armor penetration, counteract the guaranteed armor penetration of 380 and 381 AP shells. Okay, it's a tier 8, a tier 9, and a tier 10. I don't know that the tier 10 ever meets a gun caliber that small. Am I wrong? Does a tier 10 cruiser ever meet a gun caliber that small? I don't believe so. I think that that's a relevant change from that standpoint. But it's nice, right? It's nice. The Des Moines is going from 27 to 30 millimeters on the deck. This will help make it immune to HE shells until 203. That's the next threshold. 180, the Donskoy. The Donskoy will not be able to, its HE shells will shatter unless it gets inertia fuse high explosive. On the deck, don't know how much the shells are actually going to hit the deck because there's a massive superstructure and massive guns that are also on the deck, which you usually hit. And it's also going to allow you to counter the guaranteed armor penetration of AP shell. What? If an AP shell dives down on the deck, it should easily penetrate. That seems really weird the way they've worded it. It's upper deck armor thickness. I need to see exactly what they're describing because what it says to me is it's the deck armor, and plunging fire should easily be able to overpen 30 millimeters with AP, but they're saying that the countering the guarantee. So maybe even if you shot AP at point blank range, if you hit the deck, it would still go in. I don't know. I'll have to check that out. But it's a nice change. The Shimakaze, Yugamo, Zao, the Type F3. This is the 100 meter improvement. Detectability, 100 meters is nothing. It's a joke. Shimakaze's short-range torpedoes got 200 millimeters. 200 meters, not 200 millimeters. 200 millimeters would be an even bigger joke. But 200 meters improvement. That's better than what I tested. It was 100. So I appreciate that. I don't know that that's enough, but I appreciate it. I'm not going to say no to it. Tirpitz secondary battery was improved. This is intriguing. This means that my build is actually going to be better in it, the full secondary build. So I look forward to testing that out. The Koenig, we weren't able to test this on the public test server unless we want to go insane and start from scratch. Its accuracy has been decreased. Obodovsk, rudder time, extreme nerf. It is going to be one of those ships that you just can't engage any destroyer at close range, or they're going to hit every shot. The visual fidelity of tier 10s is improved. Maps, they improved Ring, New Dawn, Trap, Islands of Ice, Islands, and Trident. Hotspot and Neighbors got a facelift. There's weather effects that don't affect the game in Haven and Ring. We'll have to see that. Newport, Dry Dock, it's a premium account only. It's awesome. I'm sure there's a mod that's already out. If not, there will be a mod that's already out. And you should use this one because it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. As far as there's any other changes, I don't really see any. You know, there's technical changes. I could list that off, but yeah, whatever. So what is different from the version I tested? The 200 meters versus 100 meter short range torpedo system in the Shimakaze, so we'll have to test that again. The Tirpitz getting a secondary battery increase. We will also test that. I'm actually very excited for that. That seems really fun. And then what was it? There's something else that wasn't a part of the changes. Either way. Oh yeah, the French cruisers. The French cruiser changes are significant. I do agree, but I just don't know if it's enough. I don't know if it's enough, because it is the squishiest line in the game, in my opinion. Because it doesn't have smoke, it is now the squishiest French cruiser line in the game. They have the same armor, roughly, as the British, just so you know. Their citadels are on the outside, so it would be very easy to do damage to these ships. It would be very difficult to find success consistently without putting a lot of effort into each and every game. That's the problem. Every single shot thrown at you, you will probably have to dodge. Every single shot that you send back at them will probably be a harder shot to hit because you want to keep distance than others. If you're close in, you might as well just kiss yourself goodbye, because it is just so easy to citadel these things. And I don't know that people are ready or really understand that. That's the one thing that isn't really obvious when people talk about stats on a ship. Oh yeah, look, it's got 203mm guns, it does this, blah, 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 blah. The handling of the ship and how much effort you put into it and the lack of knowledge by your team, the enemies shooting at you, all contribute to sort of lulling you into a false sense of security, because the community doesn't know exactly how much armor, because they can't look at these ships in great detail until they're actually out. They're going to be less interested in one-shotting you as soon as they can. When these come out, it will be much easier for people to say to themselves, oh yeah, there's a really obvious weak point on pretty much every single French cruiser, and that they will exploit the crap out of that. I can't wait to shoot at you guys in these French ships. I really can't. I'm going to enjoy my time getting some payback, and I hope you're excited for the patch. Either way, we're getting some good changes in the patch with balance update. Even if the French cruisers crash and burn, they're good changes to improving the balance of ships that I care about. Definitely care about. And we can only hope that wargaming will continue to improve the balance aircraft carriers in the near future. I hope that this was enjoyable to see. If you want to see more, and it is close to my stream time, head on over to twitch.tv/Notser to watch French cruisers as we're moving up the line. The Tirpitz, the Hobodosk, the Grozovoy, the Mogami. Oh, I will be playing so many Mogami games. And some late tier German cruisers. Don't really think the Des Moines is really a significant change. But everything else, yeah, we're going to check it out. Hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.